It's one of the most popular genres of podcast, true crime. And one of the most listened to podcasts is based right here in North Carolina.
Fox 46's Maureen Wertz takes us to the Outer Banks in Kill Devil Hills, where an unsolved murder has haunted a family for decades. That is until a true crime podcaster stepped in.
Just thinking of her smile makes me smile. She was like a light.
It's only a few minutes, but there are those beautiful sunrises that slow down and transform everything. They have a way of lasting because they aren't bound by time, but by the memories of those lucky enough to feel their warmth.
It shows her just radiance, and then this one just shows who she was, with animals and a beach girl.
Denise Johnson had her own personal son, one she didn't have to wake up early to watch, her little sister, Denise.
All 6 of us lived in a little 2-bedroom house. And it was, it was cramped, but there was a lot of love.
Their 2-bedroom house in the town of Kill Devil Hills was just a block from the beach. The girls spent their summers on the water and on the pier. Their small beach town was the backdrop for all their happy memories. Until July 13th, 1997.
Then, boom. I was so shocked.
The call came early in the morning. Their childhood home had been set on fire, and Denise, who still lived there, had been murdered.
Well, every year I do make sure there's an article in the paper about it. So these are all articles.
24 years later, the newspaper clippings are starting to show their age.
When it first happened, a lot of papers just pretty much wrote the same old things.
After years with no answers, Denise's case became cold. Until another phone call that changed everything.
I wasn't sure, I'm been a little cautious, but we talked about what she wanted to do, and she just really felt pulled to it, I could tell.
Hey, Counterclock listeners. Thank you so much for listening to Season 1, The Case of Denise Johnson.
Delia D'Ambra started her career as a television journalist, but now she's one of the top true crime podcasters in the country.
I had a lot of relatability to her as a person. She comes from all sisters. I come from all sisters. So there was this sort of kindredness that I found in her life story that I felt a wider audience would genuinely appreciate.
Home for Delia is the Outer Banks, and she didn't have to look too far to find her first story for her first podcast.
When I called you the first time 2 years ago, I felt like this case was just ice cold.
The unsolved murder of Denise Johnson.
That kind of moment of realization of, do police know this? Like, what is going on here? And that really comes through very genuine in the final story, because that's exactly how it happened to me.
Delia spent 2 years working on her podcast about Denise's story, meeting Glenn Rainey along the way.
One of the guys asked me, and that's been a long time ago. I said, I don't think I've forgotten anything that's occurred that day.
Though he's the chief at the Collington Volunteer Fire Department now, back in 1997, he was the firefighter who pulled Denise from her home.
When I pulled her outside and was going to try to do CPR, it was quickly obvious that's not going to happen.
Delia's questions became the questions of tens of millions, worlds away from the Outer Banks.
I specifically asked Glenn Rainey about this. The front door was locked, the back door was locked, and all of the windows were down and locked.
I don't know if they were locked, but they were all down.
Everyone wanting to know the same thing. Who killed Denise Johnson?
I think people genuinely want to learn about things that they can't understand, that they kind of grapple with, and crime stories just have that pull.
But with that pull comes a responsibility. Delia says people who are obsessed with true crime need to remember there's a person at the heart of it all.
If you're going to listen to the show, you should be willing to participate and engage in the advocacy work that's a result of it.
For the first time in years, Donnie wasn't the only one asking questions. Thanks to Delia, prosecutors are taking another look at what happened to her sister.
Oh gosh, yes. That podcast helped give me a lot of peace about, and it helped my mind to quit going, maybe it's you, maybe it's you, maybe it's you.
But after everything, living in Kill Devil Hills became too much for Donnie.
Of course, it makes your mind race, you know. And you come up with all kinds of reasons why somebody won't go ahead and say.
Someone else owns the home now, and she finds her peace in the country.
Where is he?
And though she can't talk to Denise anymore,
Butterflies. Denise loved butterflies. That's why that little butterfly is up on my refrigerator. That's Denise's butterfly.
she has a way of seeing her, because some people are so beautiful, so warm, that even when they're gone, their memory is enough. With photojournalist Jenna Kurtz, Maureen Wirtz, Fox 46.
And Fox 46 reached out to the Kill Devil Hills Police Department, and officials told us they are still investigating the case.